All right, we are going to call this administrative meeting to order. We'll welcome everybody today. Got a lot on the agenda. I wanted to go, before we got into awards and presentations, I wanted to go over a couple of things. Number one, we have new Houston County Queens, and we will be getting them most likely after they get out of school for the summer, but they are. And congratulations to all these young ladies. Miss Houston County is Reagan Valenzuela. Little Miss Houston County is Keegan Knight. Teen Miss Houston County is Callie Thompson. Preteen Miss Houston County is Lauren McKnight. Junior Miss Houston County is Paisley Hall. Young Junior Miss is Avery Hughes. And future Little Miss is Emerson Stinson. So congratulations to all those young ladies. We look forward to having them join us at a future commission meeting. So congratulations to them. A few important announcements. So the probate judge, because of the ongoing construction, will be relocating temporarily to the courthouse in April the 10th. So please keep that in mind. April the 10th, all probate judge proceedings will be held at the courthouse. A lot of people are going to be shuffling around, the windows being removed, that sort of thing. It's going to be a little noisy a little bit. So I know it's been an aggravation to the people that work here, but it's just honestly not been too bad. But it is going to get a little bit noisy pretty soon. And anyway, we're going to work through it the best we can. Also, we will meet this Monday. We'll have the official commission meeting this Monday. But after that, our next administrative meeting will be on Tuesday, April the 25th at 9 a.m. So what we're going to do is we're going to consolidate the meeting days for the admin and the regular meeting for probably the next two meetings. Because of the construction, we don't want to interrupt the crews too much, but when we're meeting, we don't need to have drilling and noises and that sort of thing. So they're going to suspend their operations those mornings while we conduct our official business, and then we'll move on. So April the 24th is a Monday. We will not meet on that day. That is a state holiday, so that's why the meeting will be on Tuesday, April the 25th. So those are the announcements. So we'll move on to today's agenda and set the agenda for Monday. Under awards and presentations, we have a proclamation for Child Abuse Prevention Month. Ms. Terry DeVos, she's the Executive Director of the Southeast Alabama Child Advocacy Center. She will be here. Is there any objections to putting that on the agenda? No objections. Item number 2 under awards and presentations is a proclamation for Community College Month. Dr. Linda Young, President of Wallace Community College, will be here for that presentation, or for that proclamation, excuse me. Any objections putting that on the agenda? No objection. And final item will be a proclamation for National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. Any objections putting that? No objection. Okay. Moving on to our regular agenda, we have 7 items. First of which is to adopt a resolution for municipal water pollution prevention program. This is something that we do every year that we're required to do. That prevention program is a thick document, so it's not going to be in your packets, but it's upstairs on Jack's desk. I looked at it. Honestly, I have no idea what I was looking at, but y'all know anything about wastewater prevention and all that sort of stuff. Y'all can look at it and do your heart's content. That's something we are required to approve. So, questions about that item? Any objection to putting that on the agenda for Monday? No objection. No objection. Item number 2 and 2, 3, and 4 all involve economic development. So it's always a happy day. Item number 2 is a request to adopt resolution for the Brownfield Tax Abatement Project for Town Terrace, Dothan LLC. Mr. Colton Kieran is going to come up and tell us all about this, a couple other items on the agenda. So Colton, won't you tell us what you know about this project?
Yeah, good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Appreciate the opportunity to come and share with you. We've got two specific projects that we want to talk about. The first one is Town Terrace, as you guys know, right across the street. That group has been in the process of renovating that facility. It was once a motel, and they're turning it into 26 upscale apartments, which represents just over $3 million in investment. And then the other is the China Star property, which is on the Circle, dilapidated building that has been an eyesore for a really long time for our community, and we're fortunate to have a recent buyer for that building, and he's going to be tearing that down in the next week or two, and he's going to be constructing a 1,100 square foot, 11,000 square foot medical walk-in facility. You can get it walk-in medical care, part pharmacy as well. So tearing that down, building a new structure, it's going to be about $5.5 million, and he's actually going to create around 30 jobs in that building. So we've been working with those two entities for the past several months to admit them into the ADM voluntary cleanup program for brownfield designation. And what that means really is when you have a dilapidated structure building that really needs to be redeveloped and revitalized, you can go through a process, an environmental process, where you register those facilities, and once it gets accepted into the program, then they have an opportunity to take advantage of tax abatement purposes, which really incentivizes other investors and specifically them to redevelop those buildings. So what this is it's a 20-year tax abatement for property, non-education portion, and then sales and use tax abatement, just the local level for the construction materials and things like that when they're constructing these facilities. So these are statutory abatements. The unique thing about the brownfield abatements is that it has to be accepted by the county commission and the city commission. So the City of Dothan Commission approved these abatements just over 2 weeks ago, and now we're here before you today and on Monday to do the same thing. So we appreciate all that you guys do for our community, and thank you for what you do for economic development. And of course, this is a huge push as we continue to redevelop a lot of our older facilities in our community. This makes things a whole lot easier for investors to want to do those things. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for those comments. And I'll say this, it's I think it's a good thing that we can redevelop some of these older properties instead of building out new infrastructure, new roads to get the new property while the core starts to kind of erode and shrunk dilapidated. So this is good, great work. I know this has been a priority for you. These projects have, so congratulations, and we're glad to have these before. So any questions about item number 2, specifically Town Terrace LLC? No objections. No objections to that. Item number 3 is a request to adopt resolution for brownfield tax abatement project for CareMed LLC. Mr. Colt just gave us a little bit of an overview on that. Any objections or first of all, any questions? Any more questions to that? Right. Any objections to that going on the agenda for Monday? No objection. No objection. Item number 4 is a request to adopt a resolution for the brownfield tax abatement project for Reload Properties LLC. Any questions about that? No objection. No objections to that. Putting that on the agenda for Monday. All right. Item number 5 is a request to mutually agree with the City of Dothan to cancel the purchase agreement for Houston County Farm Center property and authorize chairman to negotiate and execute documents. All right. Well, this has been an ongoing point of discussion between the county and the city for several months. Lots of discussions, and we have finally arrived at the position where the county would like to request, and that's what we're doing. We are requesting that the city mutually agree with us to cancel that project. So that purchase and sale agreement. So I know that there was some news that come out yesterday that sort of made it sound like this is a slam dunk deal. It's absolutely going to happen. Certainly, we hope that it happens. I think it probably will happen. But the city has to vote on it too. And whether I think we'll put this on the agenda for Monday, and if we approve it, then it has to go before the city, and they have to approve it too. So until that process happens, we still have a deal with the table. We can approve this, the city can reject, this request. And then, they're gonna buy the property, so that's how this works, so. I know that, the previous commission, I think that there was some, obviously some interest, and actually I voted in favor of selling this to the city. But there was some interest in disposing that property, but the new commissioners and with some things that have come up, we have taken a kind of another look at that property and realized that we can really use that property for our future growth needs. I think the city, and I don't know, I'm not gonna speak for what the city's doing, I'll let them speak for themselves, but anyway, I think there's probably an interest in canceling that agreement on both sides, so. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I know there's been a lot of negotiations that have happened. I know we've had 2 executive sessions to discuss this and a couple of other property things we're working on. So anyway, any questions or comments from the commission? I think you covered. Okay. This is in your district, District 3, and so we'll see. I know a lot of people have been asking, what we're going to do to it and what our plans are, and certainly we have some ideas, but the commission has not really formulated a policy or a plan. So I don't want to get ahead of the commission as to what we're going to do with the property, but we do have some ideas, and those will come out in due time, assuming that we approve it on Monday, and assuming that the city approves this request. So
I feel like it's gonna be a great opportunity to get once they're happy with it. I think it's up for the community.
I agree. We'll see how it goes. So, no other discussion, any objection to place this item on the agenda for Monday?
No,
Item number 6 is a request to adopt resolution authorizing notice of public hearing. That's worded weird. Request to adopt a resolution authorizing notice of public hearing, and meeting to address vacating James Lane. I approve this, so I'm assuming that one of those public hearings I needed to have scratched out.
Yes.
This is in, Commissioner Adams' district. This is there's probably a story behind this that would not be too flattering, to be honest with you, because this is a glorified driveway. There's one house that lives on this road. The decision was made years and years ago that this road would be paved. And the property owners have requested that this road be turned back over to them. And I think that would be in the best interest of the county for us to do that, because I don't believe we want to be in the business of essentially paving somebody's driveway. So
I've been out there. I support the motion.
Yeah, and what we're doing is we're going to adopt a resolution authorizing a notice of a public hearing. We will hold the public hearing, and then we'll actually have public comment. And then in the meeting, you will have to make that motion. So, got any questions on this item? Any objection to adding this to the agenda for Monday? Item number 6 is a request to sell the following items on Gov Deals: a 2008 Chevrolet Colorado with the Sheriff's Department, and a 2019 Chevrolet Express van, also with the Sheriff's Department. Any objection to adding this item on the agenda?
No objection.
All right. Before we adjourn, I did want to say that, thank you for the text, I forgot to mention, the Loop Music and Art Festival will be held this Saturday, and I went to that event last year, and I really had a good time. I think it worked out very well for the vendors. I'm hoping to get a chance to go again this year, but I encourage everybody to do that. So, all right, no further